future is not written.
Alright, sorry about that, folks. Just a bit of a technical issue. But the first matchup we have against is Josh against a player named Ryan. Ryan playing Lucina and Josh playing Toon Link. Oh, so far not a great start with Toon Link losing his first stock, but I think he can still pull it around quite well. Lucina's being pretty aggressive though. She's kind of sticking onto him pretty well. And that's another stock for the Lucina against Josh. So far, not looking too great. And that's game against Josh right there. A 3-stock situation right there. That's pretty rough.
The future is not written.
Come on, trainer, against the Lucina. Oh, and for those who didn't catch it before, it's just me today, Rudy. The rest of the Smash group is doing their own match and fighting a different campus, I believe. So right now, it'll just be me for the stream today. So far, Dan's got a pretty good percentage lead, but could change in a moment's notice for all we know. Switching on the Charizard, probably for a quick knockout, and that's that stock. And now back to Squirtle for some combo numbers. On the Ivysaur for some quick damage. No. At least that's what I assume Ivysaur's role is. And Dan gets the second stock off of Ryan's Lucina right there. Now on to Charizard, probably hoping to finish this match off quickly before anything bad could happen. Another thing about it, he's also probably gonna try using his Charizard's weight to his advantage to make knocking him out of the ring that much harder. But it still happens regardless. That Charizard's out the stage for now. Still a good lead though. Dan could pull this around pretty quickly with a good spike or a Charizard smash. And from here on, just about anything from Ivysaur or Charizard could probably end the fight pretty well. Got hit with the counter right there. That's a rough one. Switching off to avoid the damage, and there we go. There's the last stock for that match. Dan pulling out with with 2 stocks for that situation. So overall, maybe he could pull back for the next stage and probably get something of a lead for the rest of the team going forward, hopefully. I'm not very knowledgeable about how 2 tournaments work at the same time, but yeah, I'm just not really too sure how it works. I'm not really on any competitive team, so I can't really give you fast insight on that matter. But now, an interesting matchup. I'm not sure who has the advantage for this type of setup. But Banjo is definitely somewhat dangerous, what with Wonder Wing and his 2 projectile weapons. So this could get kind of messy, especially for Dan's up close and personal pursuit with Squirtle right here. Now going for Ivysaur might be a better matchup since he has Vine Whips and Razor Leafs, but I don't know, still not sure. There we go. All right, maybe I was just overthinking this because Dan got the first stock pretty easily. Banjo seems to really like his grenades a lot. And Dan caught it, but he just held on for a bit too long, sadly. And off the stage. But Dan has a pretty good percentage on him, so he could probably get another stock off before or even if he dies on this. Bold move to go with Squirtle right now since his percentage is so high, but now he's pulling out Ivysaur for an easier time to pull out a knockout here. Or not a knockout, it's just to send him off stage. Oh, nearly out of bounds right there. And those eggs might have just saved Dan right there, but he did end up taking a second stock. So that's the game right there. Dan was able to take 2 stocks and before ending the match right there. So that's good. He's made sure to hold on to that point difference. I'm sorry. I'm kind of just rambling again. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, so far, so Zelda's projectiles might just come in handy in taking out the prolific. I forget what studios Banjo's from. You know what, Java Cat? I would love to play Monopoly again. Monopoly is such a fun game. But that's besides the point. Phantasm and Explosion might be Zelda's best friend for this matchup. Using Phantasm to negate the grenade. And it a second time, actually. And there we go, Zelda taking out the last stock for Banjo-Kazooie, making this a completely even game between both campuses now. Not sure how this will play out. I haven't seen a lot of Jokers play in tournaments thus far. So, at the very least, I presume it'll be somewhat of an interesting match. And Joker already starting off strong, getting up 60%. Just moving a bit too quick for Aaron to really pin down quite yet. And there we go. We got something going there. And now the Joker's called out Arsene, making his moves a lot stronger for those of you that aren't much aware of Joker's gimmick for his playthrough. But the first stock is taken out by the first stock is taken by Aaron. Right, stock. What did I say? I didn't even notice what I said before. But yeah, the first stock was taken, and now there's Aaron's stock gone just now. Oh, and that was a nasty combo, actually. Hold up. And there's another stock against the opposing team. Aaron very well could just end up being left with two stocks for the next matchup, so that'd be really good. An explosion on the stage? I didn't even know that could happen. I didn't even know that could happen. That's a shame. Now that Joker's lost Arsene, it should be a quick and easy stock to take from here, but that's just jinxing things there. In the meanwhile, it seems like our opposing team just got a big win on their side as well, so that's good for them. And now the percentages are quite even. So long as Joker doesn't get his Arsene, though, it should be... Alright, there we go. Aaron takes the last stock of the match, putting KSU University flagship campus just one stock in the lead. And Zelda. Oh, and teleport right into a counter. That's a rough one. Especially due to the knockback. It's pretty scary. Oh, and Aaron flex the blizzard. Aaron takes one of the stocks, so already a good lead for the player after him, the player after Aaron. Gets the explosion off and now building Phantasm again. right into back air. So now Sora's at 1 stock. And that'll be game against Aaron. So we have one last player, but already a good display of skill from Aaron's side, taking about, what was that, 4 or 5 stocks from. And the match has begun. Sora getting off a decent few air combos going. Hitting with a counter just now. I think Sora's counter is one of the scariest in the game because it has less to do with damage and more so with knockback. It has to my knowledge, it has way bigger knockback than any other counter in the game, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely a terrifying one at higher damages, I mean. But so far, percentage is looking very even right now, as I say as they become uneven. But 'tis the nature of Smash Brothers, anything could happen at any time. And there goes the first stock off Josh, but Sora's standing at a pretty high percentage right now, so could it be ended quite quickly any moment now. Not to say would, but yeah. Oh, and there goes the second stock off Josh. Looking a bit more dangerous right now. Oh, jeez. Sorry, this is becoming very close. Okay, that kind of scary at the end, but Josh takes the last stock in an alarmingly close. And we are back, starting up the second round. And to answer your questions, I am unsure of how the other Kaiser team is doing, the other Smash team is doing, but I haven't heard any outcries of frustration, so I'm assuming they're doing decently well. And for the second question, I don't even know what a bandwidth is, so I am ill-equipped to answer that question. But aside from that, we are starting off the match with a Toon Link and a Joker. And so far, it's looking like a decent back and forth with these two. there goes the first stock against Chris right now. That's right, Toon Link is Chris. Chris nearly had it with that stock, so just one more shove. So one more big shove, and he should be able to launch Joker out of here. But there goes another stock against Chris right now. Nearly there, just one more strong hit. And that did it. There goes Joker's first stock. And hopefully Chris can pull out a second one before the match ends. Oh boy, this is a nasty combo string. Wow,
We've done it.
I don't even think that was against Chris right there. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a combo string like that. Two combo heavy characters right currently in the form of Squirtle and Joker. But now Dan's opting for more power instead of combo ability in the form of Ivysaur, so maybe that'll work out better for him in this scenario. The first stock goes against Dan right there. Now he went back to Squirtle for some reason. Not quite sure if he's just planning to get him at a higher percentage than kill off with Ivysaur or Charizard, or if he just plans to build a bunch of percentage. Basically, I'm not really sure what's going on in Dan's head right now. But he's surely cooking up something, and there it is. There's the stock against Joker right there, and now back to Squirtle to build up a bit more damage. Oh, that he might have had that as if Arsene didn't pop up just now. Now going for Charizard, probably hoping to get a quick stock with this one. Just barely reaching the edge. That was dangerous. Uh-oh. There goes Arsene again. Oh, and gets him with the counter right there. That's rough. Just unfortunate timing for that to happen. And Dan gets the last stock off Joker right there. So far, not looking terrific, but I'm pretty sure the team could still pull through. And already starting off with those grenades we know and love. Switch off to Ivysaur, probably get more percent. Now onto Charizard. Probably go ahead and finish off the stock for now. But that's the last stock right there. That's rough. We already seen how this matchup went last time, but hopefully we can maintain that status quo. I'm confident that Aaron can pull it off, though. And it's getting close to taking off Banjo's first stock, which would tie up the stock difference. And there we go. They're both on 2 stocks now. So for now, Aaron probably has a decent chance of pulling it back around in their favor. Gets stuck. Phantasm gets stopped by the Wonder Wing. It's a rough move. Gets Banjo with the back air, taking off the second stock. That is correct. I just mean when I'm talking about the stock leads and whatnot, I mean more so just in the match itself and not in general. Now they've eaten each other out. And there's the last stock of the match. Marth against their Zelda, against Aaron's Zelda. So far, a pretty big percentage gap. But Aaron might just be able to pull something out here. And there goes the first stock against Marth. Already pretty good. I may have spoken too soon. But still, better than taking no stock, so pretty good on Aaron's part. People will be playing Ridley while against the Marth player now. Marth nearly forgetting to take a stock right there. But it's all good, nothing, no damage done, so the match will begin now. Seems like Josh is trying to play a bit more patiently with this round, trying to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes for the next to keep as many stocks as he can for the next match. Overall, a smart decision. Nearly getting more of the stock right there, but just needs a bit more, and that was the bit more he needed. Now, if he can just take one more stock without losing one himself, and there we go. He's kept all three stocks and completely evened out the match so far. Like I said, not... Huh. That was... I was recently introduced to that by me and Josh's mutual friend, Cece. Well, not mutual friend. By a friend of mine named Cece. So yeah, pretty good. Pretty good cotton candy popcorn is pretty good for me. Pretty good of Josh to avoid that counter right there. Thought for sure it would have worked, honestly. And Josh just barely makes it back. That's pretty scary. Oh. Thank you, Java Cat. You're really saving me here. And Josh sadly loses the first stock in this matchup. But Sora's at a high enough percentage where I think that he could float back pretty easily. Surprisingly, the Sora is holding on pretty well here. And there goes the second stock right there. So now Josh really needs to tighten up this percentage difference here. Oh, but there goes Josh's second stock there. Now Josh is at a dangerously high percent now. Sora techs that. Josh gets Josh brings Sora down to his last stock. Maybe we'll bring him back. Will we be able to finish him off, though, is the question. Sadly not. So now it seems like we're going to be going to but it's Joker versus Dan's Villager. Oh, but I forgot to turn off the music. The music that is not there. Never mind, I am very smart. Anyway, interesting matchup. I feel like Villager could probably pocket Joker's Einha, if that I think that's what it's called, the dark magic. No, Java. I'm sadly allergic to water. My body is self-destructing on itself due to the fact that I'm 70% of it. But I feel like Villager could probably pocket his Einha, but that would probably take accurate timing and prediction, and I don't think that would be worth it personally. Milk could be well. No, milk would actually worsen. Milk actually worsens up phlegm, and that's what usually gets people to cough like that sometimes. So that would actually be detrimental to my coughing fit, sadly enough. I wonder if Villager could pocket bullets. I think it was just thinking. Also, just as a prediction, I don't like drinking juice either. Just in case you're writing that down. You know what? Funny enough, I tried that before stream. That didn't help all too much, but I appreciate the thought. Anyway, seems like Villager loses the first stock of this matchup so far, but he can still pull it around, I'm sure. Just the microphone real quick. But yeah, I love eating cookies, so it's either milk as like a breakfast side or milk with cookies. I'll drink milk if I'm like Savannah. Is it Sahana or Savannah? Or whatever. I'll drink milk if I'm like desert dry thirsty, but like, or water. It's interchangeable with those two. Despite the fact that my body will self-destruct if I consume of water. But yeah, I'll usually drink milk with cookies. Sahara, that was it. Sahara Desert. I am not good with names, but Dan sadly loses another stock. Leaving Joker at 2 while he's at 1. I'm pretty sure he could bring the Joker down to at least another 1 stock, down to 1 stock before the next matchup. Arsene really is a scary, scary gimmick for this match. Oh, I didn't even think about this, but bullets would actually work really well against that balloon recovery, so that might be dangerous for him as well. Oof. Yeah, just a bit of damage. I feel Bowling Ball will probably finish it off if he can get Joker high enough. Or Tree would actually be pretty useful right around this time. Ah, he almost had him with the bowling ball just there. Joker was always a weird choice for me for Smash Brothers. I feel like it's in the same vein, of character choices Game & Watch. Oh, but there goes the last stock.
They're done for.
Joker with a lead of 2, not starting off too great for KSU University, but again, as William always says, it's not over till it's over. So we could seeing as I still wasn't informed on who won and who lost, but it has ended a while back, and I just didn't realize.
Looking cool, Joker.
But yeah, as I said before, we have Chris going up against the Joker now. And overall, seems to be going. Chris is playing Toon Link. Joker got a pretty high percent. I'm pretty sure. Yep. There it is. Chris takes off a stock of the Joker, so looking pretty decent so far. Now I just need to take out one more before the match ends, and hopefully we're looking pretty good for the next matchup. Joker gets another stock off on Toon Link, so now it's just a one stock each situation. Chris scarily nearly misses that edge. And still survives. Still, Chris performed admirably and was able to take a stock off the Joker. So now we have Aaron going up next. I think this is the first time I noticed Zelda's pearl necklace. Interesting. Anyway, Joker now starts off with a decent weight charged up Rebels gauge. So Arsene might just pop out any second with a few hits against him. Or a well-timed Rebels guard. And here's the big boy now. Another good combo with Aaron's Phantasm right there. Oh, yeah, oh, whoops. But yeah, the gauge is, the Rebels gauge is for Arsene, which is that shadowy figure behind Joker right there. And what Arsene does is it boosts the knockback and damage of all of Joker's attacks, especially his specials. I'm assuming that was something of a mix-up that just happened, a misunderstanding that might just happen there. But it seems like the match is proceeding now, as intended. Oops, nearly forgot it again. Nearly forgot. My bad. Sorry. Man, this was much easier when I didn't have to do the majority of the commentary. But so far, Banjo takes off Zelda's second stock, so now she is at Aaron is at their last stock for this matchup. But Aaron takes off Banjo's first stock, so not looking completely hopeless quite yet. gets hit by the Wonder Wing. Very scary move. And gets killed by the up smash. Such a shame. So now this leaves Josh in a situation where he has to take off 8 stocks while he only has 3. This is a Ridley versus Banjo and Kazooie. You know, that tip just reminded me, the tip on the screen just now, it reminded me that I haven't seen a DDD player in one of these tournaments either. Is DDD considered quite a... I wonder if DDD is considered kind of a lower pick for tournaments like this. Nah, it's not something to look up right now. Because right now we have a nail-biting fight. We have a Ridley versus... We have Josh's Ridley versus the Banjo... Oh, wow, that was a high percent. But we have Banjo versus Ridley. Ridley, Banjo. Banjo time. I mean, Ridley time. Right. There we go. Did it. Did the thing. I have done the thing. I have remembered to do the desktop thing that makes the audio a thing to be listened to. And there goes Ridley's first stock just there. Matchup is not looking quite too kind to our giant dinosaur. Pterodactyl? Dragon thing? I'm not really sure what Ridley is. What? I mean, I know he's a space pirate. I know he's a space pirate and like a Metroid, whatever that means. I'm pretty sure he's both those things. I haven't played a Metroid game aside from Dread. But he is a very dangerous space pirate. And not one I am too knowledgeable about. But I am happy that Prime has gotten a remaster for Switch now. So a lot of the fans of the series can go ahead and play that game. And who knows, maybe I'll just play it off with a friend. Oh, and there goes another stock off of Josh right there. Wonder Wing saving Banjo just there from getting edge guarded by the fire. Don't know what that move's called actually. Anyway, now that that matchup is done, I can go ahead and adhere to my curiosities. Not the first thing I had said. But anyway, I remember this time desktop audio. I am stuttering over myself, but we have a Sheik versus Ridley right now. Overall, I think this I think this will go pretty well for Josh right now. I don't really remember a lot of Sheik's killing potential. It's more of a damage over killing character if I recall. But we shall soon see if that'll make the difference. A very fast character and has a lot of moves that can just interrupt anything that Ridley's moves can dish out. So quite scary for a few of his slow-moving attacks, such as his side B or down B, or even his up B. Actually, now I think about it. Or actually any of his specials. All his specials would probably interrupt with a quick attack. But already looking quite dangerous. Gray and green? Really? I personally like this. I personally like Mecha Ripley most. I like the color scheme with it. Not to mention the weird little hologram wings that he has now. I think it's a cool touch. But to each their own. But anyways, Josh gets the first stock off the Sheik and makes his way towards closing that percentage gap again. Alright, now he takes off another stock. Pretty good for him so far. Josh should be wary though. One of the only killing moves I remember off of Sheik is her up smash, so you might not want to stay in the air for too long, or at least nearly anywhere near above her, or above. Is she classified as a she or a he? Because I'm pretty sure he was given male pronouns in the game he showed up in, but he's also Princess Zelda, you know. It's kind of a weird topic. But anyway, that's not what we're here to discuss. Right, another killing move would be Sheik's bomb attack. And there we go! He takes off the third stock of Sheik. Like that we saw earlier. So overall, a scary matchup. But like everyone keeps saying, we're hoping that the Space Pirates pulls this one off. Sora's gonna use a spell. It's the time stop. That's scary. Again, Sora is a very floaty and light character, so Ridley could make very short work of Sora, so long as he lands a good few shots off on him, and make sure to remain on stage for the majority of his onslaught, and avoids that scary counter. That's another thing. That counter is really gonna be his best friend for this fight. The Sora player's friend, but not Ridley players. Oh, and that lightning too. Good call, Java. Oh, and Blizzard off stage. That's also pretty frightening. Ah, nearly there. He could have paused. He might have had that. Hits him with the neutral B and off stage, so that brings it down to a 2 and 1 stock situation, or a 1 and 2 stock situation. Sora has lightning lined up, probably waiting for the right moment to just launch it off stage and completely stop any advances Ridley could make back onto stage. Oh, whoops! I remembered that I had the audio turned off at the worst possible moment. But that'll be the end of the match, sadly. It seems like